What is going on, guys? Today I wanted to talk about fusion rifles. So first things first, these things fucking wreck face. Fusion rifles are probably the most hated weapon in the Crucible. Reason being, they do everything a shotgun does, but at medium range. I was lucky enough to find the fusion rifle Light Beware. It's got a quick charge rate and it's got high impact. In other words, it's gonna kick your ass over and over and over again. On a map like Firebase, most of my exchanges exist at medium range. Could I use a shotgun? Probably, but fuck that, I'm using a fusion rifle. You could probably spend 5 minutes on the feedback forum and I guarantee you'd find 5 posts wanting to nerf the fusion rifle. Do I think they're overpowered? Well, yeah. Do I think they need to be nerfed? No. Most people who use a certain type of special weapon are automatically going to be pissed off at the other special weapons being used against it, myself included. It's funny because even when I'm using a fusion rifle, I find myself saying, "Fuck you and your fusion rifle," when the player using a fusion rifle kills me. Ironic? Yes. But what I do think needs to be toned down a bit is the availability of special weapon ammo. For the most part, you can spawn, turn around, look, and there's a special weapon ammo box sitting right next to you. I think if special weapon ammo only came maybe 2 or 3 times a match, like heavy ammo, or maybe a few more times since they're not as devastating as rocket launchers or machine guns, that people would be less irritated with them. Since special weapon ammo is so abundant, for the most part I use my fusion rifle as my primary for the entire match. And I'm also not afraid to say that I do that on purpose. Special weapons are in the game to be able to take down people quickly, so if the game's gonna give me the ammo to do so, why wouldn't I do that? And other players do it too. I cannot count the number of times that I see players rolling around with shotguns for the entire match, especially the shotgun Invective, which generates ammo on its own. The most common reason I see people complaining about fusion rifles is that they think it's easy to use. I don't really think they're easy to use, I just think that if you play with the same weapon every match, of course eventually you're going to get comfortable with it. When I first added fusion rifles to my arsenal of weapons that I used regularly, I cannot count the times that I got my shit pushed in because I couldn't get the charge time right. Any player could take advantage of me because I would put myself in harm's way before my gun was ready to fire. But after playing around with a few of them, I found that Light Beware was the one that I most enjoyed using. So now I get to be an asshole 24/7 because I choose Light Beware over Found Verdict. But back to nerfing. Just to give you a history of nerfs for players who weren't here since day one, the first thing they nerfed was the auto rifles, and people were pissed off. Bungie had said something about if players gravitated towards a single type of weapon, then some rebalancing needed to be done, but I call complete bullshit on that. In the Halo series, the battle rifle was and is still the most used weapon in the game, period. Unless you're at extremely long ranges, the battle rifle is always the most viable choice. It's accurate and it deals out high amounts of damage. I didn't really play Halo that much, but for the most part, I and 90% of the other players would use the battle rifle as their first choice. And with the Halo 5 beta out, people are still using the battle rifle. The next thing they did was tone down the Vex Mytho class, and by tone down I mean nerfed it to oblivion until it was completely useless. Oops, recently they rebuffed it along with a bunch of other exotics. For the most part, the only difference between now and day one is that auto rifles are a little less effective and the Vex Mytho class is a little less powered. All that tuning and only a couple of things have changed, so they just need to stop touching shit. But that's basically my whole take on the nerfing thing. If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe, grab a fusion rifle, and go wreck some fucking face out there. See you guys next time.
You can fight by my side anytime, Guardian.